tell by the childlike glow in my face and the giggle that I have in my spirit right now, but with me in the studio is Santa, the Santa Claus. So I've done interviews before, but let me tell you, I'm like tingling from my head to my toes and fingertip to fingertip. It could be the jingle bells. I'm just not sure. But Santa, welcome to Live It Up.
Why, thank you very much, Donna. It's a pleasure to be here.
And when you were young, did you know you were going to grow up to be Santa?
You know, at first, no, I didn't. But you know, when you're little, you have like your favorite blanket or your favorite toy. Well, I had a Santa Claus doll, and Mom thought that that was the reason why I sucked my thumb. So she would sneak away and throw it out, and then I would find it and I would get it again, and she would throw it out, and this went on for years. You know, it all started back then. It was just my need to have the Santa Claus doll. I just became, you know, it just became ingrained in me. I've always loved Christmas. I've always loved making people happy. I've always loved wrapping presents really, really nicely and just seeing the smile. So, no, I didn't know back then, but it was definitely built in.
And what's been your current family's reaction to you becoming Santa?
My wife, God bless her, she pretty much lets me do whatever I want to do. She stands by me. She doesn't want to go around as Mrs. Claus, but she does when we do the underprivileged families. She'll do all of the wrapping and she'll do all of the organizing, and then me and my son, my 18-year-old, will go out Christmas Eve morning and we'll deliver to all of those families.
That's fabulous.
So my wife, you know, she's behind me 100%. My children are behind me 100%. My youngest daughter, who's now 13, I had started playing Santa Claus before she was even born. So there was a point in her life where she looked at me once and she said, "Daddy, are you going to go get the reindeer now?" And I had to explain to her that, well, Santa Claus doesn't really live in Copiague. You know, if I was the real Santa Claus, we wouldn't be living here. She goes, "Well, maybe we just vacation here."
And it made sense to her. And it makes sense to me because I'm telling you, I know, and you are the real Santa. So you don't just play Santa. I mean, I actually saw your license. Is it okay that I divulge the truth?
Yes, you can, yes.
He is the real Santa, without a shadow of a doubt, beyond anything. I saw his license, and it's Santa.
Okay.
He's Santa, Santa. So tell me about the events that you do.
I live to do charity. It's basically the only reason why I want to be Santa Claus. Making people happy is key. It's the most important part. There's so much wrong in what's going on in the world today. People are losing their jobs. People just have way too much on their mind, and they're just not in a good mood. And it's my job to make people happy. It's my job to make you forget, even if it's just for a minute, about your problems. It's my job to extend the thought process of a little child to be able to fantasize and to think three-dimensionally, because that's going to help them when they're an adult. And it's also my job to make you as an adult remember what it was like to be a little kid. And if you had a bad childhood, it's my job to make you forget about it and give you new, really good memories.
Yeah, you're never too old to learn how to swing, and you're never too old to believe in Santa. And the people that work with me on my Live It Up team, they told me that in the green room you shared a story with them. Do you mind sharing it here for our audience?
No, not at all.
About a lovely woman that you went to go visit in the hospital?
Not at all. Well, it actually she's past the being in the hospital stage.
She was in
She had
hospice.
cancer, and her daughter had called me up. I'm sorry, her niece called me up and said, "How much would it be, you know, for you to come to visit my grandmother, because she's dying of cancer, and they really don't expect her to live till Christmas?" And I said, well, first of all, there are certain things that, you know, I don't ask for money for, and I would be more than happy to come and visit your grandmother. I get there, and she's lying on the couch. She's got the oxygen mask on. She really, really looks like a woman in pain. And, you know, I read Twas the Night Before Christmas to her, and we all took some group pictures, and I kissed her, and, you know, pretty much that was the visit. You know, lasted about a half an hour, and I got an email the next day from her son. And I'll never forget the email. It's probably the best thing that's ever happened to me. He said, I'll never forget when you walked through the door, there was an 80-year-old woman dying of cancer. And when you left, there was an 8-year-old girl. And he just said, you gave us the best Christmas present that I have ever gotten or ever will get. And they invited me to the funeral. And I just felt at home. Everybody, you know, gave me big hugs and kisses, and we were there, and you know. So that's what I live for, to make people happy, even if it's just making them happy in their last moments of their life.
You make me happy. You've actually come to my cookie exchanges, which I do in honor and in remembrance of my mom. So as you know, my mom started the cookie exchange when I was 10, and still to this day we're carrying on the tradition. And Elise had one in Baltimore, down in Micah, and she actually sat on your lap. She was on the computer screen.
She was on the computer screen. I was holding it. We have a picture on Facebook.
So for all the joy that you bring my family, and for all the joy that you're bringing to our community and to others out there that maybe don't believe, today is a good day to believe in hope, to believe in kindness, and to believe in all things that are possible. So Santa, it was my honor to have you on Live It Up as my guest.
It was my honor. Thank you.
Thank you. That's it. Santa's in the house.
Bye, guys. Merry Christmas.
Ho, 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 ho.
A little deeper.
A little ho, 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 ho.
Not bad.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.